you then have no business asking Kenyans to give you another round at the rodeo if these things, and this is not pie in the sky, these are things you said and were documented. If these things you said you were going to do were not done, do you have any business asking Kenyans to give you another shot?
Precisely. That is what I am saying, that that should constitute the conversation. That there are these instruments which the president, the current president, placed before us as a sacrosanct, deliverable, promissory notes, and which were forgotten, or they seem to have been forgotten, as soon as he brought down the Bible, as soon as he started waving the sword of the commander-in-chief, which he says is not meant for cutting vegetables. And we are saying that instead of telling people that they are very fat or very thin, instead of telling people things about gastric activities in their alimentary canal, instead of talking about people who do not go to the gym and stuff of that kind, His Excellency the President should be going back to the town halls where he went with the audit reports and juxtaposing the audit report with the promissory notes. And the political opposition should be interrogating those instead of saying things about whose ears are flying into which direction, and instead of talking about and you know, certain things may be true. I may have ears that sit in a certain way. They do not add value to the citizen's life. I may be the fittest fellow who goes to the fittest gym, or I may be the most wobbly. Those are things that are irrelevant. When you start calling people stupid, brainless, crooks, criminals, first, if you are the president and you know that somebody is a crook or a criminal, you occupy one of the most critical spaces, cause them to have their day in court, cause them to face the law. And the political opposition can also do the same. It is not enough to say things like, we are going to take William Ruto to the ICC because he killed Gen Zs. When are you going to do that? Now is good a time as any. Take his matters before the International Criminal Court. But back more to the issues that you have just walked us through a catalogue and do. You promised us this. You haven't delivered. You have digressed from those promises. You seemed to have a plan, and you even called it the plan. You used the definitive article the plan.
Not a plan.
Not a plan. It was the plan, and it had its 5 pillars. And from those 5 pillars, you are able to extrapolate and give us more other pillars to support the plan. But what are Kenyans saying? Kenyans are saying a president who goes to Emurua Dikir to attend a funeral, sits there for 6-7 hours, which is a very extravagant way of spending our time, because the 7 hours that the president spends there should be multiplied by the 50 million Kenyans to determine how many hours have been lost. And when you are in Emurua Dikir, the local what is he called, senator, says that they want a university in that area. On the spur of the moment, you say that I'm giving you 20 million. and I will give you another 100 million next week, and within the next 2 months we will give you $1 billion so that you build a university. You move from there, you go to all Kalou, and the same theme comes up, and you tell the people of all Kalou, here is 20 million to kickstart the project. Next week, we'd like you to start building the administration block. Now, those are voodoo economics. That is what is called voodoo development. That is what Idi Amin Dada of Uganda used to do when I was a young man growing up in East Africa. That he would say, you are Dennis Aseto, now you are the governor of Central Bank of Uganda.
Go print money.
You go and print money. And these people have asked for a new railway line to link this Nairobi to Machakos. Start that tomorrow. We are coming here to break the ground. That is not development. That is what in biology they would call a spontaneous growth or development. Because you see, we are organized. The human being or any animal is an organized organism, a collection of systems, a circulatory system, the respiratory system, the locomotive system, and whatever other systems, the alimentation system, which seems to be their favorite conversation. Now, if you wake up one morning and there's a new system that has developed, instead of having even your 2 eyes, you have 3 new sets of eyes. That's a spontaneous development.